All right. Good afternoon, and welcome to Nashville Super Speedway. We're excited for the NASCAR weekend this weekend, and we are going to officially start with our media availabilities here in the Media Center. And kicking those off for us is a hometown homecoming, I should say, here for Josh Berry, who's the driver of the number 8 Chevrolet for JR Motorsports. So Josh, first of all, welcome to somewhat back home. I know you don't currently live here, but obviously very familiar with the Nashville, Middle Tennessee area. Tell us a little bit what it means to come back and race here, and then just what your expectations are this weekend.
Yeah, no, obviously it's really exciting to come back to Middle Tennessee here and race. And as I was growing up, attended a lot of races here from the grandstand, so it's always super fun to come here and race and compete in the Xfinity Series. So I think for us, we had our in my stint in the 8 car last year, I thought that this was one of our better races. So I think generally I feel like we're going to be in a good position to contend for the win on Saturday or tomorrow, I guess.
All right, we're going to go ahead and open for questions. If you have a question for Josh, we'll work to get a microphone to you, and we're going to start up front here with Matt Weaver.
Matt Weaver, Racing America. Josh, first things first, the test with Dale at North Wilkesboro and the obvious excitement that he had to potentially race there. How excited are you for him to, test there, but then maybe race too?
Yeah, no, it was a super fun day, really. I can't explain how much that place really means to him. And I'll be honest, I don't really, I'm not sure that I really understood it at first until I really got there and saw how much it really meant to him. So, the facility, the track is in a really good place for sitting that long. The facility definitely needs some work, but he's super excited, and I think I have a good feeling that if everything works according to plan with that event, he'll be racing, and I'll be his crew chief, I guess.
And then, for you and where you are right now in your career, having 4 Xfinity wins now, you're established. I'm curious, is there anything that keeps you up or gives you anxiety about your future and your situation now? Because it seems to be so easy sometimes that you made it this far.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, right? I feel like I'm continuing to establish myself. I think, I feel like I'm in a really good place as a race car driver. I still feel like I have a lot that I could do better and learn from and continue to improve. My number one goal is obviously just to stay at this level. But at the same time, I definitely have aspirations to move up. I think if I've come this far, there's no reason why I wouldn't have set a goal of racing a Cup car one day. But who knows if that day will come. But right now I'm trying to, enjoy this opportunity as much as I can and try to keep winning. I think that's an important thing. I think that's what they want and expected of me when I started driving the 8, and we're just going to try to keep doing it.
Okay, we're going to go up front to Chris.
Josh. All right. You talking about, just hoping to keep winning everything. What would it mean to you to win at this track that you know so well?
Yeah, no, it'd be super special. Like I said, I've been coming here since really I was, I remember coming here probably I was 11 or 12 years old and sitting in the stands pretty much every race that they had here, IndyCar and ARCA trucks, Xfinity. So it would be super meaningful to win here for sure at its home. I'm sure, we're going to have a lot of, good many of my family and friends up in the stands, so that'd be super cool. And, it's definitely one that I want to check off, for sure.
And what's been going right for you recently, getting a couple of wins, and you seem to be hitting your stride?
Yeah, it's hard to say. I think, the number one thing, our company as a whole, all 4 cars have been really strong. And, we've really been on the top of our game in that front. I think for me and the 8 team specifically, we worked together about 4 or 5 times last year whenever I subbed for Michael Annette in the 1. And I think we're starting to build that notebook together of what I like in the race car and how they build it. And, we're starting to see the two, come together. And I think our speed has really been good the last, couple months. So I think we'll be in a great spot for tomorrow.
And one more quickly. What did you learn about this track last year from racing on it that you can maybe apply?
Yeah, no, I think it was, it's a unique racetrack for sure. Obviously, it's an intermediate track, but it's on the smaller size. The corners are a little bit tighter than most of the typical intermediate tracks, which kind of gives it more of like a short track kind of feel. So like I said, I felt like I took to it pretty well, and hopefully we can build on last year for tomorrow.
Okay, we're going to take our next question in the back from Steven.
Steven Toronto, CBS Sports. Josh, you talked about going to races here growing up. Were there any particular races that stand out in your mind as being really exciting or notable?
Man, I don't know. I was thinking about that. I wasn't here for the one where all four of the leaders spun on the backstretch. I remember that. I remember watching that one from home, but I don't know. I remember Jack Sprague won here. I remember that. I was here that night. I'd have to think on it for a while, do a little research, but yeah, it was fun. I remember coming to the IndyCar race, which that was really cool, and it was amazing how fast the race went by compared to a NASCAR race because how fast they were going.
Yep. Speaking of that race that Jack Sprague won, when the Busch Series, now the Xfinity Series, first came to this racetrack, there were a lot of drivers who got their first win here. Greg Biffle, Scott Riggs, Jack Sprague, Jason Leffler. What do you think it is about this place? Obviously, we haven't been here in a long time. But what do you think it is about this track that lends itself to a driver who maybe hasn't visited Victory Lane yet, mastering it and going to Victory Lane?
Well, I think, especially back then, it was kind of an opportunity race for a lot of people, right? Because it was a non-companion with the Cup Series, so it kind of lended itself to giving people opportunities that they might not normally have. And then, now guys like myself are really on much more of an even playing field when it comes to experience. I mean, this is only the second time we've been here in the last 10 or 12 years, so the majority of the field has the same amount of starts as me here. So I think that definitely helps kind of bridge the gap between the experience and the newcomers, and hopefully that, like I said, I can use that to my advantage.
Thanks, Josh.
All right, any final questions for Josh? All right. Well, Josh, thanks again for spending some time with us, and we wish you the best of luck this weekend. All right, and a friendly reminder for everyone here, our next availability will be at 3:45, and that will be with Tyler Reddick.